Hello everyone. As you can see from this stack, I'm probably sure you can guess what this video is about, also from the title. This is part 2 of my December book haul. Today, as of filming this, it is December 20th. So, some of these books are from subscription services, subscription books box services. Some of these are, at least one of them is a pre-order, one's a special order. And the others are, some of them are next in a series. I'll kind of give you more information. But a lot of these I did purchase. I got, because my birthday was on the 15th of December. I got, see, my work used to do a Subway gift card for everyone's birthday, but they've switched and it's now an Amazon gift card. So what did I do? I bought books. So, and then for my birthday, one of my aunts gifted me an Amazon gift card. So again, I bought books. So I do have more books on the way, but they'll just have to be in part 3. So December is always going to be the biggest haul of the month. And part of why I'm doing this now is I also went to the library book sale. So this is not all the books. I have 2 bags full. At the library I had to buy 2 library bags. They were $2 each, which is fine. They just go to library funds. But so that brought my total down to $15 for 48 books from the library book sale. 5 hardbacks, the rest are paperbacks. So let's go ahead and get into this. So for my birthday, my mom gifted me what's called a coffee table book. And this is Lewis Wan's Cats by Chris Beatles, forward by Benedict Cumberbatch. And it's just all art pictures of cats. So it's just one that sits on your coffee table. And it's just all images of cats. There's a little bit, it gives the information as far as the size of the picture, kind of where it's set, things like that, but it's all pictures of cats. So thank you to my mama. Okay, now let's get into this stack here. First up, one of the books that I got from my gift card is The Splendid and the Vile by Erik Larson. This is a nonfiction book, and this says it's a saga of Churchill, family, and defiance during the Blitz. Erik Larson, as of right now, is my favorite nonfiction author. I've read 3 via audiobook, and I want to collect the books by Erik Larson. I think he does a really good job. On Winston Churchill's first day as Prime Minister, Hitler invaded Holland and Belgium. Over the next 12 months, the Nazis would wage a relentless bombing campaign. And it was up to Churchill to shore up the country and teach the British what Erik Larson calls the art of being fearless, drawing on diaries and archival documents and once secret intelligence reports. Larson provides a new lens on London's darkest year through the day-to-day experience of Churchill, his family, and his closest advisors. The Splendid and the Vile takes readers back to a time of true leadership when, in the face of unrelenting horror, Churchill's eloquence, courage, and perseverance bound a country and a family together. This was in my special edition December Once Upon a Book Club that I did an unboxing for, and you saw that it was damaged. They did send me a replacement book. They also sent me a replacement snow globe because the snow globe cracked. The liquid got everywhere and ruined the book. So here's the book, undamaged. And so I put the signed book plate in as far as the art print with the letter to the author on the back. So yeah, I mean, it's the same. There's just no water damage to it. And then beautiful snowflake edges. Diana Merriman, a physical therapist, is probably the only person in the small town of Snow Haven, North Carolina, who isn't looking forward to Christmas. It's been 3 weeks since her fiancé Linus was critically injured when a car hit him as he biked home from the toy store he owns and manages. Watching him open his eyes is the only gift she wants, but she can't help losing a little more hope every day. But an unexpected visit from a friendly neighbor and finding a snow globe of Snowhaven, a gift Linus had hidden in the closet the night before Christmas Eve, changes things in ways Diana never would have imagined. Because on Christmas Eve, Diana wakes up to find that it's not Christmas Eve. That is. Instead, it's somehow December 4th all over again, the day Linus got hurt. And as mystified as Diana is, she immediately starts a plan to save her partner from his fate. Nothing is that simple, of course. Instead of a single repeat of that day, Diana finds herself on an endless loop of December 4th, experiencing every possible variation of events. Along the way, she uncovers startling truths about herself, her relationship, and even her career that illustrate the ways she's retreated from her life. And in the face of life's slights and outright blows from her deepest feelings, suddenly hope is second only to joy as Diana opens her heart to the people she loves in every way she can. So kind of like a Groundhog's Day book. Next is a Fear Street book. I won't read the synopsis because this is a series that you do need to read in order. It's in the Fear Street world, but this is the Fear Street Sagas world, and this is number 10, The Awakening Evil. I got this one from Thrift Books. Stickers right on the side. So from Thrift Books. And the Fear Street Saga books you do need to read in order. So, all right, next up I have... I knew this cover looked familiar. I've pre-ordered a hard copy of this. Yeah. Anyway, A Tempest of Tea by Hafsah Faizal. So this is an arc that I won from Goodreads. I knew this cover looked familiar. When I was going through like the books that are supposed to be released in February, this one comes up. February of 2024. On the streets of White Roaring, Artie Casimir is a criminal mastermind and collector of secrets. Her prestigious tea room transforms into an illegal bloodhouse by night, catering to the vampires feared by society. But when her establishment is threatened, Artie is forced to strike an unlikely deal with an alluring adversary to save it. She can't do the job alone. Calling on some of the city's most skilled outcasts, Artie hatches a plan to infiltrate the sinister glittering vampire society known as the Ethereum. But not everyone in her ragtag crew is on her side, and as the truth behind the heist unfolds, Artie finds herself in the midst of a conspiracy that will threaten the world as she knows it. So, that is A Tempest of Tea, Vampires. And that's why I pre-ordered a final copy of that, because it's like, vampires, yes please. This next one is a collection of short stories in the Wicked series, written by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So this is 1001 Dark Nights, the Summer King bundle. This includes the Prince, the King, and the Queen. So 3 short stories. I'm not going to read the synopsis of this one. I do know these take place after the first book, which is Wicked, and so that's why I'm not going to read this. I don't know which one takes place after book 1, book 2, or if they all take place after book 3, but I'm not going to read the synopsis on these. I don't want to spoil anything for any of the books, especially if you're interested in reading the Wicked series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It is a trilogy, and then you have 3 novellas. So just a bind-up of the novellas for that world. This next book is from an auto-buy author for me, and that is Wendy Webb. I did not know that she had this book out there, so I did find that she actually has, either there's an author with the exact same name, or she has 2 profiles on Goodreads, but I purchased Widow's Walk by Wendy Webb. So, escaping a troubled marriage, Annie Cameron brings her autistic son Charlie and mother-in-law to Miko Island. With the friendship of Winston Mann and his wife, their new home becomes a sanctuary until the dreams start. Years ago, the man's son mysteriously drowned. Winston thinks the woman who once lived at Annie's house caused his death, except she's been dead for 200 years. Charlie and his mentally fragile grandmother sense a malevolent presence in the house, but they don't know how to fight back as Annie slowly becomes possessed. Now Annie has discovered the door to the widow's walk, and the house's dangerous past. A storm is brewing. Someone waits to finish what was started long ago, and Annie will keep a promise she never made. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but anyway, it's Wendy Webb. So, this next one was a birthday gift from a friend. And this is part of the Red Gloves series. And this, if I remember right, I do believe this is book number 1. And this is Gideon's Gift by Karen Kingsbury. So I did find out this is a Christian holiday romance, I think is what it is, but it is a Christian fiction. It says, 10 years later, Big Earl meets Gideon, a 7-year-old leukemia patient who believes with all her heart that Christmas means never having to ask God how much he loves us. Gideon is determined to reach this lonely and hurting man who hates Christmas, and he is just as determined to rebuff her. It will take a miracle for Earl to come to understand the true meaning of Christmas. But if he can accept what Gideon wants to give him, he might find that he can return the favor with a precious gift of his own. So, yep. So that one is a Christian Christmas fiction. There you go. I have another Fear Street Sagas book that I have ordered, and that is Circle of Fire. So not reading the synopsis, this is number 11 in the Fear Street Sagas book. I don't like the tarantula on this cover. I have arachnophobia, and I want nothing to do with any spiders. I would much rather come face to face with a snake than a spider, or a rat and a mouse than a spider any frickin' day of the week or of my life. Anyway, this next one, I found out, I've never heard of a Krampus, and I've seen a couple of things on Instagram pop up, and it turns out Krampus is a Christmas demon. So I learned something new. And this book I saw on Instagram and saw that the detailed edges, and I thought, all right, I'm going to get it. Just because of the edges. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the edges. Can we zoom in? Let's see. There we go. Just had to get the light off. So, stenciled edges. And this book is Kidnapped by the Krampus by Emily Shore. A holiday monster romantasy. So, a Christmas demon. And from what I've been able to find out, it sounds like this is going to be pretty steamy as well. 'Tis the season for spice and a little Krampus magic. Investigative journalist Twyla ventures into the world of the mysterious Krampus to uncover the truth about the eccentric CEO, but when she wakes up in his winter castle, kidnapped by the horned billionaire, she finds herself drawn into a scorching romance. As Twyla uncovers the layers of his hooved enigma, she learns the monstrous holiday figure might be more real than she imagined. Oh well. Monster romance is trending. For Krampus, Twyla is his last chance at breaking a century-old curse. Can their love thaw his frozen heart, or is he destined to remain the eternal Yuletide demon? This has Beauty and the Beast vibes to me. And then that's all it says. It's just how this is from a best-selling author. So there we go. Kidnapped by the Krampus. Next couple... 3, I believe. Yes, these next 3, right? I have to check the cover. Yes, I ordered the limited edition or special edition because I subscribe to the Romance Reveal book box. I saw that they had a holiday edition, and I knew there was a chance that I was going to get duplicate, like little goodies, like I got an extra beanie and things like that. But I knew that the books wouldn't be a duplicate, so I got it anyway. So, and these are the 3 books that came in it. So I have Pompous Paramedic by Melanie A. Smith. And we're following 2 POVs, Zelda and Ty. So underneath Zelda it says, life as a Las Vegas fake wedding coordinator has never been boring. Unfortunately for me, it just got a little too exciting. The bad kind of exciting that lands you in the emergency room. On the bright side, it was a hot paramedic who showed up to save the day. Sure, he's a bit cocky, but it works for him. And now I can't get him out of my mind, which is the good kind of exciting until it wasn't. Until one date turned into a fake marriage fiasco. Now I don't know if we're really falling for each other or if it's all an act. And then underneath Ty, it says, being a paramedic in Vegas, I've seen it all. Or I thought I had until I got a call for a fall victim who tripped over a swan and tumbled into a pond. Luckily for her, I followed up with my patients, especially the pretty ones, and I made sure she was on the road to recovery in no time. And by road to recovery, I obviously mean ready to go on a date with me. But unluckily for me, our first real date found me waking up hungover, only to discover that we'd gotten married the night before. Or so I thought. Turns out we weren't actually married, but I didn't know that when I let it slip to my dying mother, whose last wish is for me to find someone to take care of me once she's gone. Really, it's my job to take care of people. But with 3 hearts on the line, even I'm not that good. And I know someone's heart is bound to get broken. The next one that came in this is Secrets and Sunrises by D.L. Gallie. And the romance reveal books, they're all spicy. Very rarely we may get a clean one, but the spice will range from mild to like basically extra spicy. What's a girl to do when she sees 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test, and the only thing she knows about the father is that his name starts with H? A steamy holiday hookup 6 years ago gave Sully the greatest joy of her life, her son, Harley. She's worked hard to make sure that Harley doesn't feel the same sting of father abandonment she did. However, when she lands her dream job, her world comes crashing to a halt when H walks through the meeting room, through the meeting room doors. He's her new boss. The spark is still there, and H wants to start up where they left off, but can Sully let him get close again when it's not just her heart on the line? To add more drama, his psycho ex and scheming brother arrive, and both are looking to cause trouble. When her secret is exposed, all hell breaks loose, and the consequences of her decision threaten any chance of another sunrise with H by her side. Sully is about to find out. Happy endings might only happy in the dirty books she reads. And as I'm going through these, I'm realizing, because I have 2 bags for my library book haul, I'm going to do a separate video for that and have that be a library book haul. So it'll be a December haul, but it's going to be completely separate. So we're just going to do books outside of the library haul. Next up, I have Guarding Georgia, Small Town Saviors by Anna Brooks. Dirty Secrets, Small Town Justice, Unexpected Heroes. Welcome to Warrenville. Georgia Westbury was the one girl I could never have, but the only one I ever wanted. The rickety train track that divided our town wasn't the only difference between us. She was sweet, innocent, and rich, while I was nothing but a dirty delinquent. I just needed a chance to show her how good we'd be together, but when she laughed at my face, I finally gave her what she wanted. I left her alone, until she needed my filthy hands to save her, and one touch was all it took to change everything we thought we knew. Then she disappeared. Now, 10 years later, she's back and looking for redemption. She still thinks all she needs to do is aim her baby blues at me and tell me she's sorry and I'll forgive her for what she did. Well, she's right. But her returning home comes with consequences, and this time I'll do more than protect her body, I'll also guard her heart. It does say this title was previously published in Susan Stoker's Special Forces World. It's been revised and updated as the first book in Anna Brooks' new Small Town Savior series. So, just a fun bit of info there. Next up, I have, is this number 2? Oh, this is number 2, right? Yeah. So I've already hauled book 3 because book 3 came first. But this is book number 2. I'm not going to read the well, let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to read the synopsis. This is a middle grade, and this is like an earlier middle grade just because of the type of writing and the pictures in there. But this is book number 2 in the Griffin Gate series, and this one is called The Puffin Portal by Vashti Hardy. So I won't read the synopsis, very short, but book 2 in a series. Next up is a book that if I remember right, I ordered this one because it is for, one, I'm interested either way, but the main thing is because it's a book club read. Now, can I remember what group? No. I can't right off the top of my head, but a book club read for January. Anyway, so that is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. This is a new to me author. Let's see. This isn't the kind of fairy tale where the princess marries a prince. It's the one where she kills him. Mara, a shy, convent-raised third-born daughter, is relieved not to be married off for the sake of her parents' throne. But her older sister wasn't so fortunate, and her royal husband is as abusive as he is powerful. From the safety of the convent, Mara wonders who will come to her sister's rescue. After years of watching their families and kingdoms pretend all is well, Mara realizes if any hero is coming, it will have to be Mara herself. If Mara can complete 3 impossible tasks, a witch will grant her the tools she needs. But as is the way in stories of princes and the impossible, these tasks are only the beginning of Mara's strange and enchanting journey to save her sister and topple a throne. Now this next one I got from Once Upon a Book Club from their Up All Night January New Year's Eve box. I did not do an unboxing. I was not feeling well and I just wanted to get the stuff out of the box and put away. So, no unboxing for this one, but the book in that is Main Character Energy by Jamie Varon, I'm guessing is how that is said. Poppy Banks would rather be writing mysteries than writing listicles for her dead-end job at Thought Buzz. But after a series of rejections, she's ready to accept life on the sidelines as a plus-size woman. Her Aunt Margot is the one person unwilling to give up on her niece's dreams and tells her so at their secret yearly lunches. I like the fact that she's a plus-size character. We don't get a lot of those, but I have seen an increase in those in romance books. But all of Poppy's beliefs about herself are challenged when her beloved aunt dies and leaves her niece a grand surprise. A trip to her villa in the French Riviera. There, she learns her aunt intends to leave her stunning villa and secretive writer's residency to Poppy, if she can finish her novel in 6 months. When the writing countdown begins, Poppy realizes she has more to confront than her writer's block. Family drama, complicated romances, and self-doubts all threaten to throw her off course. In this fun and heartwarming debut, Poppy must decide if she can live up to her aunt's and her own desire to be the main character in her own life. Sounds good. This next one I got is book 2 in a trilogy, duology as of right now. I have not seen anything about if there will be any more in this series, but the first book I got from a previous library book sale, and I wanted the second one, and this, I don't remember the name of the series. Does it say on the back? No. Royal Insiders, I think, is what it is. That just came to me. So book number 1 was Battle Royale, and this one is Codename Charming, and I think this is the little sister of the main male romance lead in Battle Royale. Petunia de Vere enjoys being the personal assistant to lovable, bumbling Johnny Marchmont, but the job has its share of challenges, including the royal's giant intimidating bodyguard, Matthias. Pet and Matthias are polar opposites. She's spontaneous and enthusiastic. He's rigid and stoic. But she can see there's something softer underneath that tough exterior. For Matthias Vaughn, protecting others is the name of the game, but keeping his royal charge out of trouble is more difficult than he imagined, because everywhere Johnny goes, calamity ensues, and his petite, bubbly assistant is often caught in the fray. Matthias hates the idea of Pet getting hurt, and he's determined to keep everyone safe, even if it means clashing with his adorable new coworker. When a clumsy moment leads to a questionable tabloid photo, the press begins to speculate that Pet is romantically involved with Johnny. To put an end to the rumors, the royal PR asks Pet and Matthias to stage a fake relationship, and the two reluctantly agree. But as they spend more time together outside of work, they begin to wonder what real emotions this pretend connection might uncover, especially when a passionate kiss leaves both of their heads spinning. Okay, this next one, I don't remember where I got this one, but it is signed, so that's cool. Anyway, this is All the Little Raindrops by Mia Sheridan. Let's see. Surviving the present means revisiting the past. It's senior year spring break, and Noelle Meyer and Evan Sinclair have been kidnapped. Neither knows why they were chosen, only that they share a tragic past. Evan's father got away with killing Noelle's mother, effectively ruining her family when the death was ruled an accident. Despite the connection that should have made them enemies, the teens instead unite to face their common denominator, their abductors. Noelle and Evan survive one sadistic circumstance after another, eventually making a harrowing escape. But every happy ending comes at a price. Years later, Evan, now a private investigator, revisits the crime when he learns it may be ongoing. He reaches out to Noelle for help, and they discover that the answers lie with a man known only as the Collector. To close their case and solve the ones that followed, Noelle and Evan must unmask this mysterious spectator, the only man who knows enough secrets to take their captors down. So, next up, I have Managing the Matthews by Haleigh Wenger. Nothing's real on reality TV, or is it? Everyone knows Kel Simon's managers, the Matthew brothers, the three hottest stars in Hollywood: action hero Ryan, romantic lead Ash, and sports star Jonah. But no one knows that she's hopelessly in love with one of them. When Ryan's surprise engagement to a fan just about breaks Kel's heart, Ash, himself unhappily in love, lends his shoulder to cry on. All this is great fodder for a reality TV show, one for which the brothers sign on for, and soon the days of their lives are filled with scripted dates, fake drama, and real heartache, all in front of a camera. As the brothers' popularity skyrockets into the stratosphere, Kel finds herself wondering how much, if any, of the spotlight she wants, if it means forcing real love for fun and games on TV. This next, I was drawn in by the very simplistic cover. I really like this, and that is Scars by Stefanie Jenkins. I really like simple covers like this. Returning to my hometown of Meadows Ridge, I'm just as broken as the day I left. I'm no longer the teenager who had everything at his fingertips. All it took was one moment to turn the world as we knew it into a painful memory. I deserve the nightmares plaguing me. Then there's her, Riley Parker, the woman I left behind, my bleeding heart still in her hands. The hurt and anger in her doe eyes is justified, but I'm determined to prove to her that deep down I'm still the same Cooper Graham she once loved. Will I be able to get off this path of destruction, or am I doomed to live with the scars branded on my soul forever? And these are the last three in this particular video. These are all the last books that I got from the gift card from my aunt. This next one, I will not read the synopsis because it's the sequel to a book, and it's been a while since I've read it. I do know that book number 1 came out like 10 years before this one, but this is Gangsta Granny Strikes Again by David Williams. And this is in middle grade, so yeah. Next up, I have a book that I love the movie. It's been a bit since I've read the movie, but I love the movie. The movie does star Tom Cruise, but it's a science fiction movie, and that movie is based off of this book, Minority Report by Philip K. Dick. I had no idea this was actually a book. So, of course, I had to get this because I love the movie. I thought, I want to read the book. So, in the future, crime can be prevented. The Department of Pre-Crime has cut major crime by almost 100%. How? Simple. It is possible to look into the future and then arrest potential criminals, sentence them, and punish them before they actually commit the crime. Nobody doubts the efficiency and fairness of the system until Pre-Crime Commissioner John Anderton finds himself accused. And that's who Tom Cruise played. Only because I know that from the synopsis. I remember the type of character. According to the department, at some point in the next 7 days, he will commit murder. In most cases, the pre-crime verdict is unanimous. This time, there is a difference of opinion. If Anderson is to save himself, he must find the Minority Report, and if he is to remain free, he must go on the run as a convicted murderer. And the last book in this haul is book 1 in a cozy mystery series, and just from the title, it's a book about books. So I was like, say no freaking more. I like cozy mysteries and books about books. And this is The Readaholics and the Falcon Fiasco by Laura DiSilvero. And the animal that's on all of these cozy mysteries is right there. Just a little kitty cat. This is book number 1 in a book club mystery. So book club mystery. Amy Faye has always loved her idyllic Rocky Mountain town of Heaven, Colorado. Her event planning business is thriving. Her fellow book-obsessed readaholics are great, and her parents live only a few blocks away. But lately, her hometown has felt a little less heavenly. First, she agrees to plan a wedding without realizing the groom is her ex-boyfriend. Then, Ivy, one of her fellow readaholics, dies suddenly under mysterious circumstances. The police rule Ivy's death a suicide by poisoning, but Amy Faye and the remaining readaholics suspect foul play. Amy Faye soon discovers that Ivy was hiding dangerous secrets and making deadly enemies. Taking a page from her favorite literary sleuths, Amy Faye is determined to find the real killer and close the book on this case, but finding the truth could spell her own ending. So that's it. This was the last book in this haul. I'll do a separate one for the library books specifically, but at this point, it's probably best that I stop this one and charge my camera because to go through that many books from a library book haul, at some point I'd have to stop and charge it anyway. So I'm just going to do that one separate. So yeah, let me know. Have you read any of these books? Have you read any other books by any of these authors? Is there a book that, from the title and the synopsis that I read, that intrigues you, that you're interested in possibly looking into? Let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.